So you wanna go to war with me? You're talking like you think you're royalty. You think that I'm afraid, but I don't break. I heard you question my stability. You think I'll fall just like a guillotine, but I am here to stay. Won't look away. The storm is coming, so you better start running. No, you can't control it. My bones, I'm coming for it, coming for it. I'm coming for the throne. I'm coming for the throne. So you wanna be my enemy? You should've known I'd never kiss the rain. Ice runs in my veins, won't play it safe. I don't belong with your nobility. Who died and made you king of anything? You think that I'm insane? That's your mistake. Kingdoms rise and fall. I've come to take it all. I'll take it. I've come to take it. Kingdoms rise and fall. I've come to take it all. I'll take it all. The storm is coming, so you better start running. No, you can't control it. My bones, I'm coming for it, coming for it. I'm coming for the throne. I'm coming for the throne.
Let's go. Yo, I'm like an addict, do I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it. Fuse like a magnet, lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9. If the shit tastes sour, you should taste mine. I'ma stay in power for a long time. Get up, nah, I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball, I'm a really big hitter. Big picture, I'm a straight killer. Rising the song to the highest bidder. Got juice, got gas, I'ma move fast. New shoes, new tracks, like who's that? I'm new, come back, better than last. Yeah, it's a new me, never gonna look back. Never gonna look back. Cause damn, I was built to last. You move slow and I move fast. And that's facts. Only I can make a change. Slowly take a step today. I will never be the same. Cause that's what it takes. I take shots to the top, I'll get it. I got one life, I'ma do all to win it. I do what's right.
Howdy, howdy, y'all. Happy Monday. Happy Tuesday. Happy Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Happy Tuesday, September 16th. Welcome back. GameStop enjoying another bullish day. 26, 29. Look at that beautiful 5-minute chart on the day today. And as we were talking last night, what I was looking for on the daily chart was a breakout, a confirmed breakout, not only above the supply zone, but above this 200 moving average. And we did achieve that today. I'll be looking now to see if that is sustainable through the rest of the week. You guys already kind of know my thesis based on excitement over this warrant. I think that the general price momentum between now and early October will be up, and we have seen that to be the case so far. Beautiful news. Chris's Concert Corner, welcome. Welcome to all the supporters of the channel and all of the haters. You found the right spot for non-emotional, non-hype, non-hate, just some stock chat. Talking about GameStop, 21 calendar days until the warrant issuance. Here to answer any questions you guys might have. Here to share your happiness or sorrow. I don't think there should be any sorrow today. Maybe sorry you didn't buy more when it was down there in the low 20s. But let's see what else we got going on here. Daily broke through the 200. 5-minute chart looking great on the hourly chart. Well above the 200 and above the 50. I mean, there's nothing not to like on the GameStop chart right now. The only question is, will this continue? I say yes. What say you? Tesla, after a good run yesterday, posting another 2% gain today. On our other little meme stocks that we just watch just for fun, Open down 5% today, having a little pressure on Open. Tesla and GNS. I don't own any GNS. I don't recommend Genius Group. It is being pumped on social media. I just watch it for the fun of it. Down another 3% today after a punishing day yesterday. They did a admirable effort of trying to pump it with nonsense news over the weekend. The market did not care. Got punished yesterday, and it's getting knocked down a bit again today. Remember, there's going to be 50 more million shares coming on board to the shares outstanding on Genius Group as ERL gets folded in, and I don't see anybody talking about that. They want to talk about the 1 million share buyback. What about the 50 million that's getting ready to be added to the float? Just keeping it real here for you guys. AMC down about 0.7% to 88, and our other cinema stocks all in the red today as well. IMAX, Cinemark, and Dolby. And on the gold and silver side, what do we got here today? Our gold and silver junior baskets are up. These are the top two. SLV is down slightly, and Hycroft is down slightly. 607, still a great run that Hycroft has had here in the past several weeks. It's been on a run, let's call it since early August, and there was a great call. If you're on X, go check out the space call. What's our buddy's name over there? Checkmate. He had a call with Diane Garrett on it yesterday. I was able to catch the tail end of that call, and sounds very bullish for Hycroft also. As we know, Eric Sprott made another investment, and for Hycroft, we are waiting to get the technical report at the end of this year, hopefully with economics, and then we can really, that's when we'll know the people who have been laying bets. Was it a good bet or not a good bet? I think it's, with silver prices being where they're at, gold prices being where they're at, it's a great time for Hycroft. I want to know how much that new mining equipment is going to cost, over what time period they're going to spread it out, how are they going to pay for it. A lot of different questions. These aren't bearish questions, they're just questions to ask. And that's what we look forward to seeing in the TRS when it comes out. GameStop down a little bit here on the last 5 minutes, 26.13. Chris says, I say up and to the right. I like that song, Chris. Let's play it real quick. Get a little pumped up while we wait for a few more people to come in the chat here. Guys, if you got questions, get them in. This is a little ditty I wrote.
Up and to the right. Up and to the right. Up and to the right.
Hello, millionaires. Short squeeze plays where fortune flip. GameStop's journey, an epic trip. From humble roots to the moon we fly. A company's dream will amplify. Ready warriors, keyboards in hand. With their eyes on the prize, they took a stand. No one's selling, we're here to fight. How does it go? Up and to the right. Up and to the right, we're in for the ride. It's us on the rise, it can't be denied. Up and to the right, through the day and night. Together we'll soar, last is in sight. Up and to the right, we're in for the ride. GameStop's on the rise, it can't be denied. Up and to the right, through the day and night. Together we'll soar, more asses in sight. Hedge funds trembling, Kenny's in shock. GameStop stock, you'll never stop. From diamond hands to rocket ships, we're not selling, we buy every dip. Up and to the right, we're in for the ride. Up and to the right, it can't be denied. Up and to the right, through the day and night. Up and to the right, more asses in sight. Billions in cash on the balance sheet. We will win even if they cheat. Dilute us more, we don't care. Book value grows with every share. The doubters say it can't be done, but the retail army we've already won. With every share we'll never stop. Investors say we love the stock. Up and to the right, we're in for the ride. GameStop's on the rise, it can't be denied. Up and to the right, through the day and night. Together we'll soar. Up and to the right. Up and to the right. We're in for the ride. Together we'll soar. Up and to the right.
Surprise!
We're gonna win.
All right, Brandon, how you doing? Brandon says, with the warrants on the horizon, will your GME TA change? Yeah, I told you all this weekend, I don't think you're bullish enough. Not because the TA had broken at that point, but because I think that looking at the social media excitement over these warrants, justified or not, that there would be some bullish momentum. And I also have seen that in some other tickers that issued warrants. You get this little warrant issuance bubble where the price moves up. So in my mind, I could be wrong. This is my opinion. It's okay if you have a different one. In my mind, I expect some bullish momentum leading into early October, which is why we're just hanging out and having fun and watching the countdown here. Couple hours a day. It doesn't mean that it's going to go up and to the right every single day, but I think it is more likely than not that the general trend into early October will be bullish. So, and we saw that. We just looked at the chart. We have broken through that supply zone on the daily, and we have broken above the 200 moving average. Both good signs. I'd like to see the daily close above the 200 every day this week to confirm that we have some upward momentum, not just a little one-day rally here. And I think that, we stand a good chance of getting it. Good chance of getting that bullish momentum continuance. Russ says, would you consider to review GEVO? I will take a look at that one, Russ. Were you the one that left me a comment in one of the videos on that? Some of those I file away for a day where I have some free time to look at a new ticker. But yeah, I'd be happy to. What do you like about GEVO, Russ? Give us the 2-sentence sales pitch. Fidget Spinner says, can you do one of these videos for AMC? Call it down into the dirt. I'm trying to just stay mum, Fidget Spinner, on AMC until we get the proxy statement in October. Then we'll have a lot more to talk about. I think it is too dangerous for me to be super bullish. I know I can tell by your music video title, maybe you're not very bullish, or maybe you're just observing the price trend. But I think it's very dangerous for these people to be overly optimistic until we know what's on the proxy, because that's going to set the new direction. Maybe it's good news, maybe it's not so good news, but I'm going to I'll talk about the box office. How about that? Chris says, Tony, do you have any thoughts on Dave & Buster's miss on earnings and the dip it's experiencing today? Let's take a look at Dave & Buster's. We were looking at that one the other day. I think Mediocre and I. Dave & Buster's. And I was asking myself, thinking back to my corporate days, back when Dave & Buster's was a thing and expanding nationwide, it was so popular that, us 20 and 30 something corporate professionals, we'd go to Dave & Buster's for happy hour on Fridays after work, drink a few beers, play some games. What a nerdy thing for grown-ups to do, but it was super, super popular. And I don't really know anyone that goes there anymore. I'm just curious, looking at the long-term chart, how is it done? If you buy today, you'd be at the same point as if you had bought in 2014. A little boring for me. What was the news on Dave & Buster's? Wall Street analysts see better days ahead. Earnings and revenue miss. I will take a look at that one later this evening, just because I'm curious. Call it sentimental value. I don't know anything about their financials, but yeah, I'll take a look at it. I don't have any thoughts right now because I haven't looked at their financials in a long time. He says, Chris says, I see dips like this all the time and then a subsequent rise. Here's my thought on those, Chris. If it is a blue chip stock, long history of increasing revenues and increasing profits, and they have a stumble, I like to really dig into those and consider buying them on a dip. When I look at that Dave & Buster chart, I don't see a strong 10-year history on it. I see a lot of sideways trading. So I would be even more cautious as I was investigating. I'm not saying don't dig into it or don't take a chance, but why has it just been flat for 10 years? Yes, it's had some volatility. Maybe that's tradable volatility. I'd want to go understand why they missed. What did management say? And what is their plan for turning things around? Did they give any guidance? Normally, I'm going to assume they didn't give good guidance because they got punished, but I don't know. It's an interesting one to look into. I mean, that was a, if I look at the high, just looking at the recent high, right? $69. But God, no, that was in April of 2024. I don't want to try and chase that. You'd need to sell me on a really good turnaround story here. I'm chasing, this thing's been on a downtrend for a year and a half. Not just the dip today that I'm looking at. It's something is not right here. Convince me that management has a plan to change things, then maybe we have a conversation. Gosh, $15, $69 down to $15. That would hurt. I think there's better tickers that we could spend our time on. Tom says they're pushing a kids package plan right now. I used to take my boys there all the time, you guys too. Not just the corporate after work meetings on Fridays, but yeah, the kids would always want to go. Can we go to Dave & Buster's? So many birthday pizzas and spending the afternoon there. A lot of good memories at Dave & Buster's. I'm trying to remember. I went with my wife and our friend Alex. Y'all remember her? And Scarlett's dad. I think it was for a family member's kiddo's birthday, maybe a year ago. But just don't go there a whole lot anymore. I'd tell you what, for a kiddo's birthday, I'd sure rather go there than Chuck E. Cheese. I don't know about y'all. Fidget Spinner says, I think it's worth selling GameStop on warrant record day and cash in on the ride up. Any AMC apes will remember the free shares and the split and how that played out. I don't know that I'm going to necessarily disagree with you, Fidget Spinner, because we were kind of thinking about this last night, but I do want to point out before I share any opinion that this is not the AMC ape dividend. That one was issued because they needed a currency to raise more money, and it was going to be fairly dilutive as they sold more ape. And we went over this with you guys back in 2023. And the company had been telling you for a long time they needed to raise more money and to expect more dilution. So that is not what's going on here. You've got a potentially non-dilutive if you participate equity raise for GameStop above the current price. So they're kind of setting a goalpost where they hope everybody will be a winner. If it goes up to 32, I'd say, there'll be some retail traders that in a mad rush exercise at 32, but I think the smarter play is be patient, see how high it goes, if it goes that high. I'm just talking about exercising. I'm getting back around to your point. I don't think that it's going to get eviscerated like ape did because of a couple things. It's not a dilution plan like ape was. And the other thing that happened with ape that we, at least me, failed to properly consider was that institutions could not hold ape. And so they sold off en masse on that first day. I guarantee you, if I had been able to, I don't know everything, I make mistakes. If I had been able to foresee that properly, then I might have had a different plan for ape on day one. Only later did we find out through the court documents that the AMC knew that institutions weren't going to hold ape. That was an unfortunate day. There was a lot of institutional selling, and the social media folks didn't help things, but they weren't wrong. The ones that were saying sell ape, where they were wrong was where they said sell ape and buy AMC. That didn't really save you. I would have just, if I would have thought about it, my plan in retrospect would be sell ape, keep the cash, wait for ape to reach the absolute bottom, and if there's an arbitrage play there, then buy it, because when they come back together, you get to capture that upside. But it is what it is, it's water under the bridge now. This is not ape, I guess, is my point. And so if there is any selling off around the distribution, I think that will just be because, it's, the old phrase, buy the rumor, sell the news. That is true more times than not. Remember the rumor around the GameStop split a couple years ago and how it pushed up and then how it sold off after that. That, I think, is possible. A buy the rumor, sell the news type event. We will see. We will see. Does that make sense, fidget spinner? Like, I don't really think it's related to ape, but there could be a sell-off around the issuance date just because the FOMO burns out at some point. And what else? But I think, between now and then, I think we'll see some more green days. Anthony, I can't remember. It's either 1 or 2 o'clock Eastern. I'll try and stream that for you guys. Maybe we start early with PAL, and then move right into watching GameStop close for the day. Thank you for bringing that up. I wanted to go through a couple of headlines here. We have a couple that I want to talk about here. Just a note from CNBC about the S&P cautious traders as they await the big Fed decision. Let's see if they say the exact time tomorrow. Oh, it'll be, the 2-day Fed meeting kicked off on Tuesday. Expected to result in a rate cut. We already know that. 100% likelihood is of at least a quarter point rate cut. The other headline that I thought was interesting here: Trump's Fed pressure campaign will lead to higher inflation and weaker growth, according to a CNBC survey. Trump's Fed actions are designed to limit or eliminate the central bank's independence. The survey showed 68% think the president's actions will put upward pressure on inflation. 57% say it will result in higher unemployment. I'm seeing so many people complain about it being tough to get a job out there. 54% of folks surveyed see lower economic growth. This is a survey of 29 of the nation's top money managers, investment strategists, and professional economists. The other interesting thing, did you guys see this headline going around yesterday? That Trump he floated the idea of companies only needing to report their quarterly results twice a year. They won't be quarterly results anymore. That's an interesting idea. I saw somebody, I think it was maybe Marcus Lemonis, saying his opinion was that would relieve some of the administrative and other burdens from management having to compile these reports every quarter, which could also be some cost savings and improve the bottom line. But he also recommended that if the company has a going concern warning, that they must continue to report quarterly. I kind of like that idea. I like that opinion. Companies that are really, really struggling, I don't like waiting 6 months to get an update. I think that really puts investors on the at an unadvantageous position, only getting those updates on troubled companies every 6 months. Eli Lilly to build a $5 billion manufacturing facility in Virginia. Boy, I bet they are excited in Virginia. $26.20 on GameStop. Did we have a little bit of lag there for a minute? I'm looking at my my YouTube is saying that it was lagging. Are we back? Dave, how you doing, buddy? Fidget Spinner says, keep an eye on cost to borrow on GME, run up towards that record date. Remember the 1,000% cost to borrow on the AMC pre-split. They knew they were going to drop the hammer hard afterwards. Yeah. And remember the fails on APE? It was, or was it AMC? One of them had really high fails and really high short interest because they knew they were going to get the APE delivery, and they had bought that APE really cheap. It was failing on AMC, right? And they're like, fuck it, we're getting the APE in a few days, fail away. I'm not going to go buy AMC for $5 when I could buy APE for $2.20 and get delivery in a couple days. Thank you, Chris. Cyrus, what's up? He says, how are the warrants non-dilutive if you exercise? Aren't those shares still being created and added to the float? Here is the brief recap on that, Cyrus. Thank you for asking. The float, if every warrant was exercised, the float would increase by 59 million shares, right? If you exercise and hold every warrant that you were given, then you maintain your same percentage ownership in the company before the exercise event. Therefore, it is non-dilutive to you, but it was a pay-to-play type thing. You had to buy the shares in order for it to be non-dilutive to you. If you sell your warrants, or if you don't have the money to exercise them, then you will be diluted in any other GameStop position that you hold, because you're going to be sitting there with your same GameStop position. You sold your warrants, or you can't exercise them. You don't got the cash. And everyone else is going to exercise. Let's say 58.5 million get exercised. You're going to get diluted by those people. Does that make sense? So it could be dilutive to some, could be non-dilutive to you also. It depends on how you play it. You know, in an ideal world, GameStop drops some news between now and October of next year that sends this thing well above $32. Whatever that news is. Then it becomes kind of a no-brainer for everybody to exercise. You get some economic benefit, whether you decide to hold those shares or sell those particular ones, or even just sell the warrants. You get some economic benefit yourself, and the company gets $1.9 billion. That is a win-win for everybody. And I'm going to say again what we talked about last night. Great talk with Sparky last night. If the price does run up to 40 or 50 bucks, I do not expect convertible bondholders to convert. They will wait until close to the maturity date. If they want to capture profits, they don't need to convert. Their convertible notes are going to run up dollar for dollar above the exercise price. And they could, if they want to get out of the play, they could just sell their convertible notes. Those, if the price of GameStop goes over the note conversion price, those notes are going to soar in value. And if you're a note holder, you don't need to mess around, muck around with exercising, you could just sell the notes. I know that is against the narrative. Some people are telling you they want those shares. No, they don't. They don't really. If they exercise and get the shares, they have walked away from several more years of volatility trading for profits. They're in the catbird seat, holding the notes. They got the best of both worlds. They got guaranteed delivery of shares. They can hedge the downside, and they can volatility trade it and lock in profits every single day. Nobody's going to be rushing to convert early. That is my opinion. Kitty Cowboy, how are you? 26.16 on GameStop at the moment. We hit a high today of 26.42. Fireworks. Pop the fireworks, Kitty Cowboy. Dave says, looks like eToro are not going to issue warrants, just cash. So we'll have to buy the warrants with the cash. Do you have a different broker you can buy them in, Dave? Because I'm just guessing, like, if your broker is not supporting the warrants, they're not going to allow you to buy them on the open market either. There are some brokers that just don't allow trading of warrants. And I've been watching all the lists that people are posting on social media. I'm not commenting on this topic much because I think, like always happens with corporate actions, people run to Chat GPT and they publish whatever they can find, only to find that the brokers have a different message. Once the company publishes the details of the warrant, we got a press release. You don't have the warrant agreement yet. Once the company publishes the warrant agreement, I think some of these brokers will put out official messaging about what they're going to do. So I would just take everything with a grain of salt. But and you guys have seen that. Some of your brokers are saying we don't know yet because they're waiting for the warrant agreement to be published. Kitty Cowboy says, portfolio on fireworks. Hot damn. I love to hear it. Love to hear it. Robinhood, getting back to the warrants, like Robinhood, you hear a lot of people saying Robinhood's not going to support the warrants. ENVX issued the same type of warrant dividend back in July, and the same type of messaging was being put out on X. Get out of Robinhood, they're not going to support the warrants. And then you wait till August 2nd or whenever the warrants got issued. Oh, I got my warrants on Robinhood, no problem, for ENVX. They had the same fear mongering going on, yet they got their warrants. So I don't know what to tell you. I'm not commenting on it much, but I do think it is something you should pay attention to. Check with your broker, see if they'll give you a firm message, and then see if there's any updated messaging when the warrant agreement is published by GameStop. Chris says Cash App will not allow you to exercise them. However, you will be able to sell them. I think that's fine. Look, again, like we talked about yesterday, if you want to buy another 100 or 1,000 shares of GameStop, what are you waiting on? Why are you waiting for it to get to $32? You could literally buy today for $2,600 for 100 shares instead of waiting 3 weeks to buy it at $3,200. And then you still got the warrant there. If it keeps going up, that warrant is going to go up dollar for dollar in value with the stock, and you could just sell it and get the money back. Let someone else worry about exercising it. Like, I don't understand the excitement to wait a few weeks to pay more money. Like, someone explain that to me. You're going to have the warrant. It's going to go up in value if the share price goes up. You're not going to miss out on anything. Ricardo says Robinhood will support warrants. I believe so. I believe that will be true. All right, we're going to be here about 18 more minutes today. I've got an appointment at 3 o'clock, so I can't hang out till market close. But if you guys have other questions or comments, what's a good poll we should run on the audience today? Let's, here, I got an idea for you. Yes or no? No, not that. 16, 17, 18, 19. Yes or no? Will GameStop hit $30 by this Friday? What do you think? Your honest opinion. I cannot see your answers. I can just see your vote. The vote tallies. So be honest. Kitty Cowboy's got a question for the 8-ball. If you want to ask the 8-ball a question, it is exclamation point 8-ball followed by a question. He says, what is expected to happen in the near future with GameStop? And she says, concentrate and ask again. Give her a try again, Kitty Cowboy. Hold her to task. Don't let her get away with that wishy-washy nonsense. Tesla now up 2.18%. Genius Group down 5%. Open down 5%. Ouch. And our favorite movie theaters, all of them in the red today. What is Jerome Powell gonna say tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen? How about our little OTC stock, Railtown? What's it doing? RLAIF. I cannot believe we're still waiting on news for Railtown. Will it be today? It'll probably be today, right? Because I have an appointment. That's always how it works. Good thing is that this ticker does not trade after hours. So if they drop news, I don't got to worry about jockeying to decide what to do. We'll have overnight to digest. 48 cents. 48 cents on old Railtown. Chris says to the 8-ball, 6-month price prediction. She is a bot, but she's not an AI bot, Chris. So she can't give you like a definitive number, but you could ask her, do you think GameStop will hit $50 within 6 months? You could word it like that. I got to see if there's a good AI bot that could intelligently answer our 8-ball questions. Or I need to write to Streamlabs and put that little suggestion in. Send NVIDIA a little bit of business. Woo! I don't know about y'all, but I am hungry. Dan. YOLO Ono says, 8-ball, do you fancy a date with a rich guy from the UK? World famous TikToker. You forgot to mention that, Dan. If she doesn't like you because you're rich, don't forget to mention TikTok. And Chris had a follow-up question. Do you think GameStop will hit $50 in 6 months? To Dan, yes, she does fancy rich men in the UK, Dan. Yeah. Yeah, baby. Groovy. And how about for Chris, 8-ball? Making them sweat here. She's thinking hard. I don't know. Did we knock her for a loop? Ask again, Chris. You still got your mojo, Dan. Don't let anybody tell you in your 50s, gentlemen, that you still don't got mojo. Yeah. You got to believe in yourself, though, Dan. I know you do. But the rest of y'all, you got to believe in yourself. Make yourself the best version of you that you possibly can do. All right, Chris, we're gonna roll with that, Chris. 8Ball was answering both you and YOLO Ono with yes, definitely. I like that. Because I don't know if you can see, YOLO Ono asked a question right above you, and she only gave us one answer. So I guess that's a yes for both of you. I like it. 26-22 on the GME. Before we finish up here, can we get hyped a little bit with some music and see if we can use that to pump this ticker up the last hour of the day? I'm going to play a 90-second song, and then I'll be right back with y'all to close out this hour.
A red candle down by the dip, got a hold on the ground. We've been waiting for so long, Hedges rain will soon be gone. A green candle up, a red candle down, by the dip, got a hold on the ground. Hedges gains are dead and gone, fuck the shorts, we're going long. If you doubt it, sit and stare. If you love it, buy a share. A green candle up, a red candle down, by the dip, got a hold on the ground. We've been waiting for so long, Hedges rains will soon be gone. A green candle up, a red candle down, by the dip, got a hold on the ground. Hedges gains are dead and gone, fuck the shorts, we're going long. If you doubt it, sit and stare. If you love it, buy a share. A green candle up, a red candle down, by the dip, got a hold on the ground. We've been waiting for so long, Hedges rains will soon be gone. A green candle up, a red candle down, by the dip, got a hold on the ground. Hedges gains are dead and gone, but the shorts, we're going long. If you doubt it, sit and stare. If you love it, buy a share. Green candle up and red candle down, by the dip, got a hold on the ground. Hedges gains are dead and gone, GameStop's rising, going strong. If you doubt it, sit and stare. If you love it, show you care. A green candle up, a red candle down, by the dip, got a hold on the ground. We've been waiting for so long, Hedges rain will soon be gone. A green candle up, a red candle down, by the dip, got a hold on the ground. Hedges gains are dead and gone, fuck the shorts, we're going long. A green candle up, a red candle down, by the dip, got a hold on the ground. We've been waiting for so long, Hedges rain will soon be gone. A green candle up, a red candle down, by the dip, got a hold on the ground. Hedges gains are dead and gone, fuck the shorts, we're going long. If you doubt it, sit and stare. If you love it, buy a share. A green candle up, a red candle down, by the dip, got a hold on the ground. Keep been waiting for so long, Hedges rain will soon be gone. A green candle up, a red candle down, by the dip, got a hold on the ground. Hedges gains are dead and gone, fuck the shorts, we're going long. If you doubt it, sit and stare. If you love it, buy a share.
I love that song. Eric did such a great job on that song. You can go check out his YouTube channel where he's got his music over there. Thank you, Eric, for letting us use your song. Here we have the 1 minute chart for GameStop. We dropped below, about an hour ago, dropped below the 200 on the 1 minute chart. However, if we look at the 1 hour, the TA is still looking beautiful. And if we look at the daily, the 200 on the daily is 25.98. I want to see us close over that today. Do you think we can make that happen, ladies and gentlemen? That could set us up for a nice bullish continuance the rest of this week. On the weekly, also looking good, above both the 50 and the 200, and solidly broke through that supply zone. Nothing but net. All right, we're back above the 200 on the 1 minute. Let's go. I think the song made the difference, ladies and gentlemen. We got 7 minutes left on today's live stream. I will probably be live again this evening, and then I'll be live with you guys for Jerry P and GameStop tomorrow as well. Jerome Powell. Let's hope this Fed news does not tank the market, or if it does, that somehow GameStop is able to swim better than the other fishes. Let's look at, I want to look at the other tickers here. I mean, the indexes here real quick. Red on the Dow, flat on the S&P. Everything's basically flat. Basically, Apple and Amazon both in the green. Who was in the what character in a movie said basically, oh man, that's gonna drive me nuts until I remember it now. I want to look at the, while we're hanging out here the last couple minutes, see what they're saying over on Super Stonk. Let's see how bullish these guys are. I like to do this just for fun, you know. We got DeGiro, a EU broker, does warrants. Does? I can't read this language. It looks like what? Dutch? DRS transfer not approved. Uh-oh. Why? Why not? We got somebody reposting Kristen Shaughnessy, however you say her last name. Not very good with those Irish names. No fighting, says Emoson 2021. What are people fighting about? There's nothing to fight over. We got Bob Smith here, the venerable Bob Smith 808. I'm writing a detailed DD as to why warrants are a potential linchpin. I think he spelled lynch like a hanging, though. I don't know if linchpin is spelt that way. Somebody help me out. But he wanted to jump in the fray as he sees the court of public opinion spinning wildly on this one so far. It's spinning like a top, Bob. I hope to get this done for you guys in time. We got plenty of time, Bob. We got till October 7th. Never fear. We got T-21. Take your time with the DD, Bob. Give us something good. He's saying people don't know. They're arguing over exercise your warrants out of the money. Hell no. Come on. Who the fuck is saying that? What is wrong with people? I mean, like, of all the possible options, that is absolutely the worst one. Let's go ahead and exercise our options out of the money. Why buy at 26 when we can buy at 32? Hell, what are you waiting for? Do not do that. Exercise them when they're in the money, maybe. Sell them for a profit, maybe. Exercise and then sell the shares, maybe. I mean, those are all, you're not going to get a lot of argument from me on those, but exercise your warrants out of the money. What the fuck, Bob? Who's saying that? No. Yeah, these are the people that are upset today. Should have bought more GameStop. Yep. From PDZ, we got a PSA. HODL. HODL! Wild Wendell, good afternoon to you. We're just wrapping up here today's live stream. I've got an appointment in 1 hour. I need to eat something and then hop in the car and head over. So I can't hang out till market close, but I think it's going to be a good day, and I want to see a close above the 200 moving average on the daily. That's what I'm looking for today. Snickers says the hedgies are now firmly in the danger zone. Highway to the danger zone. Uh-oh. What you got for us? I don't want to read anything, and your pictures don't convey the message. It's not a meme stock. Joke's on you, Wall Street. Yeah, the Wall Street Journal did have an article today talking about GameStop's accumulating multiple days in a row of going up. Hello. About time. Oh, I did see this news earlier today. Somebody was posted about their Korean broker telling them that apparently this person, if this is all to be believed, and I have no reason to think that it's not, someone in Korea owns GameStop options, apparently in a Korean broker, and their broker told them you must liquidate your options before the date of record, because we're not going to support the options after that. Interesting. I honestly don't think this is not going to affect a lot of people, but it's interesting. For whatever reason, this broker don't want to deal with having to keep track of two different types of options for GameStop. This guy here, Skuxy. Anyways, he says he wants to debunk this post. Original source, a post from a grifter on X. All right. Oh, I want to read this later today. We got grifters on X. Do you mean to tell me that the people that put out all the fake DD, the misinformation, and the bad advice about Bed Bath & Beyond have moved over to GameStop now? Grifting. They shifted the grift. They're putting out bad info on GameStop now? No. Do I dare click on it and see who it is? No, I don't want to do that. We'll dig into that one later. Oh, and if that post is to be believed, I couldn't read it because it's in Korean. They provided a translation, but who knows if that is correct. I like to do my own DD. I will translate it myself, thank you. They said that in addition to having to liquidate your options position in Korea, we're going to charge you $12.95 per contract. Ouch! Get a better broker, dude. That's what I would say. Reverse repo, my favorite topic that you'll never hear me talk about. I think very few people talking about reverse repo even understand what it is. I certainly don't make any trading decisions off of the day-to-day action of the reverse repo. Who honors warrants? Here's that one chart that people are trying to compile. May or may not end up being correct. Let's wait for the warrant agreement to be published by GameStop and have some of these brokers issue official updates after that. Glitches, yeah. Glitches get stitches. A lot of thoughts being shared on warrants. If you don't like my thoughts, a lot of other places to go. It'll be interesting, guys, to see who ends up being correct. All I can tell you is this. I am bullish up into the point of distribution. I don't know what's going to happen after that. And I would like to see GameStop drop some news in the next year to push these things well in the money. I want a run up on the stock price based on a real catalyst that we can sink our teeth in. I'd even take some Roaring Kitty tweets, something tangible. It doesn't have to, disclose his position. Just get people excited again with something tangible. Tech We Love says, Tony, do you know of any company we could send out alerts market-wide S&P for companies that are oversold 30 RSI? I saw you posted that in the Discord, right? I saw that right before I came on live, and I will try and get an answer to you in the Discord, Tech We Love, by the end of the day today. I do most of my complex screening on TradingView. I will need to play around with it and see if I can get exactly what you're looking for there, and I'll let you know. John says the over-under on Roaring Kitty coming back before October 2026. I'm going to bet yes. I think that he might have stepped out of the play, but I think he might also have stepped back in. It's a great time to be in, Keith, I think. I mean, cash pile's growing. There's no risk of bankruptcy. We got power packs. We got revenue and earnings beating expectations. The only debate really to be had out there while we're waiting to hear from GameStop what they're going to eventually do with their cash, the only real debate, and it's a reasonable debate, doesn't mean you hate GameStop. The debate is, what is the fair value of GameStop? And there's two camps in that, right? You could go down the path of, I'm going to analyze the fair value of what we know right now, or you could say, I'm going to do a speculative fair value of what I think the fair value will be in 12 months. Both are valid. Both are valid. People get real mad when I've provided you the first path. And the only reason I do that, let's be clear, the only reason I do let's calculate the fair value based on what we know today is because of all the people saying, why aren't they giving this stock the price that we want? Because the discounted cash flow calculation doesn't say it should be $40. Doesn't say it should be $50. So as long as they keep asking that question, you keep on forcing my hand. You keep on forcing me to share stuff y'all, I guess you don't really want the answer. You just like asking the question. Why don't you say, Tony, can you imagine what the discounted cash flow would be in 12 months if everything hit on 8 cylinders for the next 4 quarters? That'd be a lot more fun video. Y'all need to quit saying, why aren't they giving it value right now? Duh. Not enough earnings to get the price that you want right now. But we could certainly put our dreaming hats on about what it could be 4 quarters from now. That's a totally different discussion. I'd rather have that discussion, to be honest. Sure is a lot more fun than having people yell at me to explain today's value. Anywho, let's end with that. If you are just joining in, 26.12 on GameStop. I'd like to see a close above the 200 moving average today. That is at 25.98. That's going to be the battle here in the last hour of the day. Hopefully the bulls prevail, and hopefully we can stack 3 more green candles on. But if we don't, I'll still be here with you the rest of this week. Guys, thank you so much to the supporters of the channel, channel members, subscribers to the channel. Hit that subscribe button if you are not already subscribed to the channel. Support good content, non-pumper, non-grifting nonsense. That's entertaining, I get it, but it's important to support channels that are giving you solid info you can use. And I appreciate you guys being here. We will see you mañana, maybe tonight, probably tonight.
A red candle down, by the dip, gotta hold our ground. We've been waiting for so long, Edgy's rain will soon be gone. A green candle up, a red candle down, by the dip,